And so for all of you out there that are trying to start something for 2021, whether it's a side hustle, a business, a YouTube channel, a blog, I don't care what it is, don't start it for 2021. If you're there on the couch thinking that, man, 2020 was pretty meh, like I didn't start a side hustle like I thought I would, I didn't do this or that, or I didn't really grow my business to how I thought I would, or I didn't start that hobby, don't make starting that hobby or starting that side hustle or growing your business your New Year's resolution at all. Now, I know this might contradict a little bit of what I said a few weeks ago, of like how now is the right time to start something. And that's still true. If you want to start something, start it now, especially since we have this unprecedented period of winter break still going on. Like the winter break that's even longer now, possibly due to COVID, depending on your educational institution. I still want to say yes. If you're thinking of starting something, start it now, but not because it's a new year. Start it because you actually want to do it. And I know what you probably are thinking, well, it's a New Year's resolution. I decided my New Year's resolution. Isn't that what I really want? Yes, but also no. Yes, in the sense of, hey, like nobody like forced you to make that your New Year's resolution, hopefully. But I think that by making it your New Year's resolution, your intention behind it becomes a little bit skewed. Instead of genuinely trying to do this side hustle because it's something you're passionate about, or genuinely growing your business because you see an opportunity, doing it for the sake of a New Year's resolution takes the joy away from it. Like, I'm just gonna start a side hustle despite the fact that there might be no market need, where that might be the very thing that you need. Let's say you started a side hustle on January 1st, and because it's a fresh new business, you're trying to find your product market fit. And you might find out on January 21st that, hey, this thing I've been working on for the last 21 days doesn't really have that much of a market need, and then you move on. Versus if you frame it in the sense of, oh, hey, this is a New Year's resolution on January 21st, you might still feel the same way, where the side hustle that you thought was such a great idea didn't really work out in the sense of you didn't really find that market need, but there's this pressure not to quit now because you made this arbitrary requirement that you have to have a side hustle. And that, I think, is more dangerous than not starting something now, because you kind of feel guilty for quitting, even when you know that you should. And it kind of throws the idea of, pivoting to something else completely out the window just because you wanted to stick to some arbitrary thing that you kind of promised yourself on December 31st, 2020. Not only are you doing a disservice to yourself by not giving yourself the flexibility to pivot, but you're not serving your customer. Or I should say, the people that receive your product are no longer your customer. You're the customer. Because it all of a sudden becomes about you fulfilling your New Year's resolution rather than ensuring that your customers are happy just for the sake of not wanting to drop a New Year's resolution. You see how this kind of can become a little like dangerous and snowball out of control? And so, what's the solution? The solution is to do things with consistency. So if you're gonna start something, if you're gonna start a side hustle for 2020, go, dear God. 2021, I swear this year is gonna end. It's not just gonna roll over the next year. If you wanna start a new side hustle for 2021, the way to do that is, it is to start, but it's to start by executing with consistency, not intensity. This whole, I'm just gonna like pontificate on what it is I wanna do for 2021 and then just pushing yourself to do it in 2021, like you're only gonna have that push once a year. But let's say you wanna start a blog, writing like the first paragraph of that blog on January 1st. And then the second paragraph on January 2nd. And all of a sudden, you can have this okay, if that's too much, first sentence. And then all of a sudden, eventually, you'll get to 30 sentences at the end of January and you have your first blog post. And do that again for February and March. And hopefully you'll write more than one sentence a day. And that's how you can execute with consistency on something that you really, really wanted to do for a while. Boosted board business. It just started out with one battery, and then became 2, and then it became 4, and then 8, and so on. And that didn't happen overnight. That happened only because I was able to execute with consistency. Doing that helped me gain the legitimacy that I'm actually doing a business and I'm actually solving a real problem. And that's something I wouldn't trade for any New Year's resolution. And so for all of you out there that are trying to start something for 2021, whether it's a side hustle, a business, a YouTube channel, a blog, I don't care what it is, don't start it for 2021. Start it for your most loyal customers. And you can start whenever. It doesn't have to be 2021. It can be today, it can be tomorrow. I mean, by the time I say today, tomorrow, it's already 2021. But you get my point. It's not about executing with intensity. It's about executing with consistency. And I know how incredibly hard that is because I feel that all my life I've been executing with intensity when it comes to things like, studying for finals or, finishing the last 5 pages of an 8-page paper and things like that. And we forget that good things take time. And if you really want to start a business and side hustle for 2021 and you want it to last until 2025, 2026, then the key isn't to start it for the sake of doing it this year. The key is to start it for the sake of finding that market need and doing all that, which I have absolutely talked about in other videos. Anyway, this is probably also gonna have very minimal editing like the one I made for Christmas because frankly, I just wanna spend time with my family. So if you haven't spent that time with your family yet, go, please, watch the ball drop or something. Anyway, I'm David, the futurist, and I'll see you guys in 2021. Or I'm not sure whenever the hell you're gonna watch this, so I'll see you guys in the future.